It's Rocky Mountain Sasquatch. With the recent Bigfoot warning announcement by the Taos County Sheriff's Office that has been all over the national news, I would like to go over this warning and safety tips they suggested for campers in Taos County. I would also like to go over Bigfoot activity, sightings, and evidence in New Mexico and the Four Corners region. Make sure you subscribe and smash that bell button so that you can get the notifications of the 2 or more videos we post each week. This is what the Taos County Sheriff's Office announced. The Taos County Sheriff's Office offered safety tips for campers in the area due to Bigfoot warning. The tips are do's and don'ts if you happen to encounter one. The warning states that the species are coming down from the high country to the Kern River to hunt for fish and vegetation. If you happen to see one, here's what they say to do. Do's: go about your business. Take photos documenting the event. Don'ts: do not run toward or away from Bigfoot. Do not yell. Do not try to feed Bigfoot. The Sheriff's Office also said that the species will not enter an occupied camp or harm people. If an encounter happens, the public has been asked to report it to the closest ranger station. Dave Oz, who is a New Mexico and Four Corners Bigfoot investigator, writes RMSO. Dave writes, there is a lot of activity in the Mogollon Rim of Arizona. Surprised this has not been reported by camp hosts more often. There are the Four Corner locations too. I know a gal who used to camp close to the site where Travis Walton and his logging crew were abducted by alleged aliens in the 1970s. Told me a few years back she will not camp there anymore due to observed gray aliens and Bigfoot activity. It's apparently still ongoing after the abduction occurred. I remember 3 years ago listening to my police scanner about a gorilla observed near my home off US 64 near Sunray Casino, New Mexico. Bright sunny morning at 7 a.m. and a female sheriff deputy reported to stopping a car and saying to the dispatch, I also saw that gorilla while turning around on the highway, with a voice that she really didn't want to see or deal with it. The area has a fair share of sightings, especially in and around nearby San Juan River from Colorado all the way into Utah. Dave Oz sends us a photo from this area. RMSO responds, interesting, Dave, thank you. Enjoyed hearing about this going on in and around that area. Dave Oz elaborates on Bigfoot evidence documented along the San Juan River in New Mexico. San Juan River between Kirtland and Shiprock, New Mexico, August 2008. We don't give exacting locations for further study, but I can say this river has activity everywhere and anywhere between its source around Wolf Creek past Colorado all the way into Utah area. Between Farmington and downstream from Shiprock appears to be the hottest activity. Basically pick a spot and look around. People will also talk about strange vocalizations, footprints, rocks thrown, tree branch structures, and that's a good place to start as well. RMSO responds, look how those toes appear to function almost like fingers. A lot of great information can be derived from this single photo. Thanks, Dave. Great job documenting this. Dave continued, thanks a lot, much appreciated. The mud may have held an accurate print. The good thing is there are more out there. This one was the best, others more distorted and misshapen. I was with J.C. Johnson back then looking at a spot where a car had been driven off the road a few months earlier and heavy equipment were pulling it out. We noticed footprints all over the riverbank, also observed where a tribal policeman tried to erase the footprints but didn't get them all. Here's some rock wall art near the area. The ancient newspaper tells it all. Here's a cropped in photo of an upright object. It is not a rock, shadow, or vegetation, but something solid and blocking light while standing within the pinyon pines. Yeah, I would like to thank Dave for all the photos and all the reports that he has sent us from that area. It's an amazing area. As a matter of fact, he talks about the Wolf Creek Pass in Colorado. We have received several Bigfoot sighting reports from that Wolf Creek Pass in Colorado. As a matter of fact, it's been less than a year since we got the last one. So these Bigfoot do like to follow the rivers and the creeks. There are several reports in Taos County, New Mexico that are on the BFRO website. There's one in July 2009, an 8-foot plus figure that was photographed peering into a couple's RV near the Red River. There's also, more recent, 2011, There was a couple driving home, and they have a nighttime sighting near Tres Piedras. And I apologize about my pronunciation. Even if I know how to say something correctly, I usually muff it up, like Magoyan Rim. I get a lot of flack about how I say that. As much as I try to say it correctly, it just doesn't come out right. Near the Four Corners region on Navajo tribal lands, this photograph was taken. According to the witness that took the photograph, the Bigfoot isn't very tall, but it appears to be carrying something. The witness believes that it was carrying lumber from a tore down shed nearby. However, a lot of experts that took a look at this photo very closely believe it is carrying a deer, and the head of the deer is behind the creature with ears and antlers and everything. This Four Corners region is a paranormal hotspot, and it's also a Bigfoot sighting hotspot. We have been on several Bigfoot expeditions into the area, especially along the Magoyan Rim and the border of New Mexico, Arizona, Utah, Colorado, investigating sightings. I hope you guys enjoyed. Keep on watching. We're going to keep on squatching. Make sure you subscribe and click that bell button so you get all the notifications of the 2 to 3 or more videos that we post each week.